If you look at the next page, let's on the next page, we're going to say there are 3 categories of product cost. Okay, 3 categories of product cost. And those are direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. Now, the bad thing about doing that on film is if there are broken fixtures, you know, below us, it's like I can't really say, oops, you know, that wasn't me. So, but I do it for a reason. Where's Kristen Wiley? How are you? Good. What do you see here? I mean, I rather noisily dropped the table to the ground. What do you see? I'm sorry? The table flipped over, but what's the table made of? I guess maybe I'll ask it. Wood? Anything else? Can you see anything else? Maybe you can't because it's just wood. Is this wood? What is that? It's something else? Anthony, can you help her? Metal. And there's some bolts, or not some bolts, but some screws that are screwing the metal, you know, attaching. There's some screws that attach the metal to the wood. So that's a good start, right? So all that stuff, all this stuff that we can, and there's a piece of gum, old gum stuck underneath. No, I don't think that came with the table originally. But all this stuff that I can slap, kick, spit upon, or stick my gum to is direct materials. Okay? Well, you can come up with everything you can touch is good enough. You don't need to write kick, spit upon, stick my gum to. Everything you can touch is direct materials. And again, these are actually, I should have written it on the board. What is the title that would describe all of these words that are on the board right at the moment? Brett Williams. What title describes all of these?
Cost.
What kind of cost?
Production cost.
Yes, they're all product costs. So these are 3 categories of product cost. Okay, 3 categories of product cost. Then, so direct materials, all the stuff, basically all the physical stuff that's part of a finished product, okay? Direct labor are all the people who made it. Direct labor is all the people who made this. In a very real sense, almost literally all the people who touched it, during the manufacturing process. Everybody who touched it during the manufacturing process or ran a machine that touched it during the manufacturing process, those people are direct labor. So it's really important to recognize that direct labor costs are people costs, right? They're the costs of people, okay? And then manufacturing overhead. It's another one of those incredibly creative definitions. Yes, ma'am?
The cost of all the people who make the product means the salary you have
Yes, although in this case, we're going to use the word wage to describe those people, yes. Because, and remind me later if I don't talk about it, because in this class in accounting, we're going to make a distinction between salaries and wages. And so these people, we pay them wages, at least in our textbooks, in the textbooks in this class, okay? So remind me if I don't speak about that later, because it's a very good question and a very good point. Okay, so direct materials, direct labor, manufacturing overhead is defined as all other product costs. All other product costs. So it's kind of a catch-all, and quite interestingly in this case, this catch-all is stereotypically, at least in the United States now, the biggest cost category for most companies. Okay, so it's a kind of a catch-all. So far, so good? Okay. Now, let's go back to this page now for a moment. So you put this on the following page. Let's go back to this page. And let's do this. I'm going to draw a box with 4 smaller boxes. Okay, product and period. What this is there to illustrate, sir?
Did you say go to the next page?
The previous page. I wonder how hard a time I'm going to have getting this back up. There we are. What this is here to illustrate for us is that a cost will simultaneously both, for instance, a variable product cost, or a variable period cost, or a fixed product cost, or a fixed period cost. So we've got these definitions here, and they're kind of grouped. A cost will be one or the other of both of these, and then one or the other of both of those, okay? And so we're going to, let's talk about that for just a little bit. Well, first, let me see if I can ask, where did my cards go? There was my stack of cards.